Hi guys, so I said before that when it comes to Brexit and Ireland, Boris Johnson has done more to speed up United Ireland in the 2 years that he's been in number 10 than Sinn Féin or the IRA could have achieved in 100 years. I've also said that a United Ireland will take place first economically, then politically. Well, that hypothesis got a shot in the arm this week as Lord Frost, the Brexit Minister, visited Northern Ireland. In news that will likely disappoint unionists in Northern Ireland, in particular the DUP, Brexit has caused the value of trade between North and South on the island of Ireland to soar since the beginning of the year. Data from the CSO, Ireland's Central Statistics Office, which was released on Wednesday, says that the value of imports from Northern Ireland rose dramatically by 60% in the first 9 months of the year. In real monetary terms, it's valued at €2.8 billion, or about £2.37 billion. If we look at trade going the other way, it has also increased. There was a 48% rise in exports from the Republic of Ireland to Northern Ireland. This equals a total value of trade of about €2.57 billion. We don't have figures for trade between Northern Ireland and Great Britain, but the fact that trade has jumped on the island of Ireland would concern unionists and anger Brexiteers. Frost this week is in Northern Ireland, where he met with politicians there. He told the BBC that trade links with the region and the rest of the UK had been damaged. He said, and I quote, "I think in aggregate the trade links between Great Britain and Northern Ireland are about 3 times as big as those with Ireland and the single market. So in aggregate, those links in Great Britain are incredibly important. So it's those links that are being sort of worn away by the way the protocol is working. And that's why it's so important to deal with them." Notice that he uses aggregate here, not actual figures. Now, Frost either didn't know what would happen when he signed the withdrawal agreement, which contains the protocol, or he pretended not to know. Now, this is difficult to square with comments that his boss, Boris Johnson, along with Michael Gove, made last year by saying that Northern Ireland would be in a very good position to benefit from the frictionless access to the European single market. Now, while trade is rising between the Republic and Northern Ireland, it must be remembered that this represents a tiny portion of the Republic's entire business. Northern Ireland represents just 2% of exports and 4% of imports. As we know, Brexit is causing harm in Great Britain, but it's also harming trade between Great Britain and Ireland. Exports to Great Britain from Ireland are up 36%, but imports in comparison rose just 2%. Exports are high to the UK because HMRC are carrying out few, if any, checks on goods coming into the country. Notable declines in British imports are in food and live animals, which are now all subjected to documentary and physical checks on arrival in Irish ports. Business leaders in Ireland have blamed the drop on Brexit checks and controls that now exist at Irish ports and airports, along with the paperwork and health certificates required on all imports from Great Britain. So while we don't have data on Northern Ireland to Great Britain, the data for Northern Ireland to the Republic of Ireland and vice versa is demonstrating a trend. That trend is moving towards an all-Ireland economy. Brexit is damaging the Union in a way that many of us predicted but Brexiteers ignored. The rot has set in. Northern Ireland's economy is becoming more and more linked to the single market. Next year elections are due to take place for the Stormont Assembly, the Northern Ireland Parliament. Pro-protocol parties are likely to win a majority, and in a few years' time they will get a vote on whether the protocol should be renegotiated or not. Ironically, the DUP, who campaigned for Brexit, did so thinking that it would strengthen the Union. They threw their lot in with the Tories, who turned around and betrayed them. But for the DUP, their hatred of the European Union and of Ireland may eventually not only be their undoing, but eventually the undoing of Northern Ireland as part of the United Kingdom. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.